Why 9/11 was orchestrated, and why all institutions, governments, secret services around the planet, even the Oval Office and defense, have been exploited by one individual ever since. Airport immigration and its online evolution, called digital immigration, both give access only to identified humans who cannot be impersonated or hacked, making online ID fraud or cybercrime impossible. Cyber, by contrast, gives access to ID credentials alone, which can always be impersonated or hacked by an always anonymous operator, present on any online transaction, can be any cybercriminal on the planet who can never be proven guilty or ever caught. Cybersecurity, made compulsory after the War on Terror, gets paid this year $520 billion, 5% of last year's $10.29 trillion, an 1,196% increase since 2018. Cybersecurity can never secure or identify the cyber anonymous. It is impossible to stop online ID fraud or cybercrime. Yet, his cybersecurity force still gets trusted with all insiders' information, but cannot protect, cannot prevent, cannot stop cybercrime, cannot get caught or proven guilty for placing cyber attacks, even internal, because no one can secure or identify the anonymous. Whilst it is cybersecurity's only and total priority to stop cybercrime, they unfortunately do the exact opposite. They instead are forcing all substantial institutions and banks, and all governments, to purchase innovations that fail to secure, so investors and cybersecurity all are motivated by the ever-increasing cybercrime statistics, providing him again with more insider trading information, especially his enforcement of the most lethal weapon, AI, that will replace cybersecurity, that overnight could double cybercrime, vastly increase his control of the planet, can now throw his obsolete cybersecurity under the bus, despite BFY offering to exterminate their $120 billion cybercrime, and offer to quadruple their profits, offering them the digital immigration solution. MasterCard, a cyber attack victim, was forced to reject and instead forced to reduce their profits by $11 billion, forced to purchase an AI security system costing billions, absolutely useless for securing cyber, only to increase their predicted $120 billion cybercrime, and also disabled them from securing their databases, meaning their clients' data, useful prey for AI, were invested by BlackRock. Also having similar cyber attacks and invested by BlackRock were Google, Microsoft, Alibaba, LinkedIn, Twitter, Adobe, JP Morgan, Santander, First American Financial, Tesco, Marriott, British Airways, and many other S&P 500 companies, most likely inherited Larry's forced behaviors. CEOs terrified losing their highly paid jobs probably never admit taking sides, because either way is conflicting with the other. Choose forced behaviors by Larry, or act for the best interest of the company, and be substituted by AI. Think has operated these schemes since the mid-90s. BlackRock already was part of Boeing during the 9/11 cyber attack. Maybe a suggestion from his Aladdin AI magic software, and could potentially also have benefited from that cyber attack, with maybe Iran left on bucket list. Let this sink in for a while. It only takes 10 minutes to plot coordinates into invasive remote control to cause a 9/11 cyber attack. And how about the current remote additions? The secretly integrated MCAS on the 737 MAX, failing safety standards for 686 Dreamliners, or engines being switched off at takeoff just seconds after rotation. How will this give confidence to Boeing's pilots, as it is not their CEO's but Larry's responsibility through his forced behaviors? We force behaviors or else. He threatens more frequently since his AI invasion. Not being recognized, always being in the background all these years. Fed up, always being treated like a paranoid psychopath instead of being respected like a god who controls the planet. Whilst the Israelis demanding the USA to start wars on their behalf, their war criminal PM walking in the White House like a dog with two dicks. All believing it's the wealthy Zionists, the deep state, or AIPAC, but would never think of Fink sitting in the background, who is the biggest beneficiary of defense spending. Digital immigration was started in 2006 for identifying humans online, just like airport immigration. Only give access to identified humans who cannot be impersonated or hacked. Was rejected for decades by Fink's forced behaviors, therefore caused $35 trillion to be lost, the greatest financial catastrophe in human history. Digital immigration will turn his lethal AI weapon into a harmless tool, because only identified humans are given internet access. By terminating cyber access, this will free everyone from being his identity slaves and all other cyber dilemmas. Simply by maintaining a 2.5% average credit card commission, BFY Digital Immigration is able to stop this year's $11.88 trillion cybercrime costs, protects $100 trillion worldwide financial traffic, generates $2.5 trillion income at 20 PE ratio, would be the first company exceeding a value of $50 trillion, all being divided to all 195 countries, that instead of being under siege by Larry, can now mandate digital immigration and earn their share of $2.5 trillion new sovereign income.